10 Cats. He's fabulous. It's Craig Revel Horwood. Here we row. It's Roisin Conaty. And their team captain, Jon Locke. And facing them tonight, what a pleb. It's Tom Rosenthal. American Dream. It's Delaney. And their team captain, Jon Richardson. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy
and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, according to experts, people on diets lose 2 friends for every stone they lose? And those 2 friends are Colonel Sanders and Mr. Kipling. The average Brit will spend £11,000 on dates before finding the one. So viewers at home, men and women alike, just turn round now and have a quick look at your partner. Hard to believe, isn't it? You spent 11 grand on that. And people in Sheffield have the most missing teeth in Britain, and that's because in Sheffield, the tooth fairy is their main source of income. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panelist's job to guess the British public's top 3 most popular talking points. Jon's team, what do you think the nation have been talking about?
The rise of the UKIP, the Kippers.
So this is the news. This is UKIP got their first MP, and Nigel Farage has been asked to take part in the TV debates with David Cameron.
Yes, which has angered everyone else, because if he's in, then the Greens should be in, and if the SNP should be in. So it's now been decided that everyone gets a say. Everyone in the country just gets 30 seconds of airtime next year. So I'm getting involved. I'm going to use my time to recommend the new coconut yoghurts.
Coconut yoghurt?
Yeah, in a time where there's a lot of strife in the world, it just is the most pleasure I get. Sometimes I think, hang on, this is a pudding, not a yoghurt. It's that good.
Is this a euphemism I'm unfamiliar with?
I think it might be.
Yeah.
I can tell you it isn't. Can we have an end to... I'm sick of people saying, if you vote this way, you'll end up in bed with Nigel Farage, or you'll wake up with Nigel Farage. You know, just tell every newspaper now, I've pictured every sexual possibility between me and Nigel Farage as a result of some headline. Or if you vote Green Party, you'll end up giving him a blowjob and a spoons. I'm never going to sleep with him, all right? Nigel, it's not going to happen, mate.
What do you make of UKIP?
I'm glad they're in the debate. I think it's like X Factor. It's always better at the beginning with all the nutters. I think you should earn your place in the final. It shouldn't be just you get to the final. It should be like X Factor. And I think we could have a real telly show on our hands.
Where's Simon Cowell watching this, writing this down?
Yeah.
I'm writing it down, as a matter of fact. I think it's a very good idea. And then we can all vote,
Yeah,
darling.
see how they
and
go.
And make money in the process as well.
Just get some new players, new blood at the end. Someone you thought was never going to be a leader, and then everyone crying and clapping like, he's not a prick!
Miliband, darling.
Miliband? He's out.
He's about as popular as a sneeze at Heathrow, isn't he? He's got no chance. I think the big mistake that is potentially being made here by the people who want to leave Europe is a bit like, you know, when an EastEnders actor thinks, I'll leave EastEnders, I've got a great career out there, I'll be in films, I'll be fine. And they always come like, can I come back to the square? Can I come back to the square, please? I'll do anything. I'll do Dean Gaffney's old job, anything.
Seeing it through fresh eyes as a new resident of the UK, you know, Europe has sunshine, it has topless beaches, it has opera, it has a lot of things that this country needs. So I would say don't push them away.
OK, next time you mention topless beaches, don't then do that.
Don't do that.
I mean, let's talk about coalitions. I just don't understand why doesn't Labour and Conservative do a coalition? And they'd be in power, wouldn't they? It's so obvious. You know, and people say, oh, that will never happen. Well, we never thought McFly and Busted would get together. They were like arch enemies. But now they've got the whole area sewn up and everyone's happy. Who's not happy with McBusted?
You're absolutely right. I'm over the bloody moon.
That Godfrey Bloom, the guy who left UKIP, he said he left because...
He left last Monday.
Yeah, and he said because they're too politically correct.
This is Godfrey Bloom left the UKIP last week because he claimed they were too politically correct. He's also the guy that said too much foreign aid was being sent to Bongo Bongo Land.
Well, he's right. He's right. It's a stupid place to send it. It doesn't exist. Ridiculous.
I love this guy. How politically incorrect does his life have to be to think UKIP is too politically correct? I mean, what's he doing? Sitting around in, like, a chinchilla scarf, eating, like, club seal sandwiches, using a hijab as a napkin, watching Top Gear on a telly all the time, got his feet up on a black homosexual footstool. I mean, what's he doing?
I think that's everything. Yeah, I think you've offended everyone. Yeah.
My favourite UKIP member is a Tory defector called Mark Reckless. You've got to be pretty bold to go into politics with the surname Reckless. You know what I mean? Nice to meet him, your local MP. Name's Ben Pisshead. I swear, as Prime Minister of this country, I will bring peace, I will bring prosperity, and I will bring progress, or my name isn't Benjamin Couldn't Give a Fuck, mate.
OK, let's have a look and see if UKIP's up there. Nigel Farage has been invited to take part in a TV debate with David Cameron. The Green Party have complained, but the truth is they've slipped down the party league table behind Noel's House Party, Bloc Party, #1 Party Anthem 2004, Iceland's Party Platter and my niece's 6th birthday party. UKIP politician Roger Helmner has been caught visiting a massage parlour, so there are some Eastern Europeans he's happier working here.
On the website of the massage parlour that MP has been to, and all the girls have got, like, snazzy descriptions. One of them is fit for filth, which raises the question of who is being surveyed in midtown. I'm afraid you've been declared unfit for filth. One of the girls is adorable and affordable.
I read the news story, but I didn't Google the website.
I went there.
That's proper research.
You're adorable and affordable, aren't you?
Yes. OK, what else have the nation been talking about? Sean's team.
Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah.
They must be, darling.
They must be.
Surely, with someone like Judy Murray on there.
Yes.
Oh, has she got over the spinal surgery? I saw her dancing last week. But... I mean...
Jimmy!
What happened to her?
Carr.
She just stood there while someone danced round her. You were surprisingly nice. You pulled your punches on that one.
Yeah.
Yes, rigor mortis is what I thought.
How did she not get voted off? I mean...
I have no clue. Well, thanks to the wonderful general public, darling, they've kept her in.
Who's your tip for this year? Who do you think's going to...
Well, there's some really good ones.
Well, there's some professional dancers on.
Well, yes, of sorts. But they haven't studied ballroom and Latin professionally.
No, and that's really that's the key, dancing.
That is the key, because I think it's much harder to
I can't go on.
change.
Have you never studied... You were tap and ballet, weren't you?
Well, yeah, well, all of them, yeah.
Jazz, tap, ballet,
yeah,
love it.
Totally, yeah.
You're already better than Judy's.
Even without music, that's...
Judy Murray, I like what she did.
That was terrific.
That was adorable and affordable.
It was, yeah. It was fit for filth as well. I was watching it, like, this year. The bad ones are really bad, aren't they? It's
Scott
like...
Mills.
It's just, yeah, Scott... It was
Whoa,
unbelievable.
whoa. I won't have you slagging off Scott Mills again. You were mean to him last week and he was brilliant.
It wasn't his best moment.
I thought he looked really happy. That's why I feel sad for him. He looked like it was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened. It's really sad that he's so bad at it, because he looked like he was having a moment. He looked like he thought he was nailing it.
Why do they look so happy, though? No one's ever been that happy about anything. This maniacal...
In America, you've got Dancing with the Stars, haven't you? You've got
We
the
do
glamorous...
indeed.
Would you ever consider...
Previously, I never would have, but now I know that I could.
Yeah. The bar is pretty low, it turns out.
Quite low.
Yeah.
One of the couples this week said, oh, we're gonna really go out there and take some risks. And then they just did a dance. We're gonna take risks, do it on the M62 or something.
We were going on about the sort of curse of Strictly, like all the couples get together. That makes it sound like voodoo-y and leprechaun-y, when that's just, if you spend 12 weeks every day rubbing up against someone, making sex faces, you're probably going to cop off with them. That's just not a curse, you know.
Most of the men, it's not a curse, it's a result.
Who do you think is going to win? Who's your money on?
Well, there's a few, actually. Pixie, I think, is very good. Pixie Lott, she's
Pixie
great.
Lott, she's pretty good. She's done 8 years
Frankie
dance
from
training.
the Saturdays.
Yeah, she's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, but they've both had some sort of training before. But there's other people like Max from EastEnders, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But he is phenomenal, to be honest. He's absolutely brilliant. And I thought Scott Mills could probably win.
With the right course of injections, yeah.
Well, you never know. The public are pretty amazing, actually, for choosing people to go through like they have in the past. You know, with John Sargent, they always choose the right people.
You can't just blame the public, though. You picked Donny Osmond. Whose idea was that to have him
I
on?
did not, actually. We never got a word in edgeways, darling, with Donny on the panel.
Grabbed that guy and he said, you gotta just dance for your family. But if I ever have to dance for my family, they're all dead.
Oh, it saddens me.
He just kept going, I love your energy. I love your energy. I want it for myself. So annoying. Why are Americans so obsessed with other people's energy? It's already cost us 2 Gulf Wars. It's ridiculous.
Simon Webb has been accused of being too raunchy this year. Do you think he's been too raunchy?
No, I don't think he's raunchy enough, to be honest. He hardly used his hips at all.
Sorry, I'm talking about the dancing. I can tell you Strictly is not in our top 3, but Tess Daly denies the existence of a Strictly curse that breaks up relationships. But I think that show's been cursed ever since they opened Brucey's tomb. I'm not saying Judy Murray looks immobile when she dances, but when I was watching it, I turned my skybox off at the wall because I thought it had frozen. John's team.
Is it Bono? Little Bono?
Are you doing
Is
an
it
accent?
Bono? Bono has finally apologised for giving everyone his work for free, which was a relief to me because I thought I'd got pissed and paid for it.
Are you not a big U2 fan? You're not?
I refuse to listen to it because it's too sinister. It's too sinister just giving someone an album. I think if I listen to it, there'll be some sort of agenda. If I woke up and there was a bag of cheese and onion crisps on my pillow and I just saw Gary Lineker creeping out of my bedroom, I wouldn't be eating them.
People have been so angry. It's like they're like, you're trying to burgle my ears. We used to just listen to the radio and you'd listen to whatever song was on and a DJ would be talking over it. You know, I say DJ, paedophile. It's just a gift.
I mean, I hopped on the bandwagon. I was making fun of him when I found it just on my phone one day. But then I listened to it, and then I was very angry.
Well, it's been reported that U2 have made $100 million from Apple. That's what the deal was.
But it's backfired, hasn't it? I think rather than an apology, all I want from Bono, or Bono as I like to call him, all I want from Bono is to take his sunglasses off and show us your conceited, greedy, piggy little eyes.
Well, Bono's apology is not one of the most talked about things. Sean's team, what do you think the nation have been talking about this last week?
The Apprentice.
Are the Apprentices
started.
back on our screens?
Yes.
What do you think? You like the show, don't you?
I've got to a point now with it, I just think, well, you know, they've been doing it for 10 years and they haven't produced one single there's no Bransons come out of it, no Dysons, not even a Mr. Kipling. They've not really... All they've contributed is this idea of talking into your phone, like that. You know, like you're in Star Trek. And the only other thing is Katie Hopkins, which is an industrial strength irritant they've created.
I love the show, but I just wish there were a real apprentice on there. They seem to have got through, I don't know, hundreds of people through interviews, and they're all a shambles, every single one of them.
I get upset watching it because I keep remembering that they're real people. I mean, they exist in the world and they're ruining people's lives. And I think, I can meet these people. They're real. This is not a horror film.
Some of the quotes have been amazing this year. Steve said, I can deliver in -50, I can deliver in +10. If we went to Mars right now, I'd find a way to be excellent.
I would love for him to be able to go to Mars and prove that in their zero oxygen environment.
They don't even make any sense. One of them said, I'm like a cross between Gandhi and the Wolf of Wall Street. I have literally no idea what that means. That means saying, yeah, well, you want to come to my gigs because I'm a cross between Joan of Arc and a Spitfire.
As Sugar, as I like to call him, has he still got his beard? Is that...
He's got a tidy little beard, yeah.
To me, it looks like someone's rolled a toffee apple across a barber's floor.
Right, let's have a look and see if The Apprentice is up there. OK, fingers on buzzers, one more thing still to get.
Is it the NHS strike, nurses?
Yeah, and midwives for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Going on strike. It's the biggest strike in 32 years, I believe.
Yes, yeah. And they're going to replace them with this thing where they're going to get the army involved. I really like the idea that they're going to get the army and that some woman's going to be delivering a baby and there'll be a sergeant major at the end of it. The bed just shouting, push!
So what do you think of the strike, Craig?
I think it's a good thing, to be honest, because I think they actually deserve a pay rise. I mean,
They're only asking for 1% as well. They're not asking for the moon on a stick.
But 1%, like, the average midwife's on about 25 grand, so 1% is like £250 over a year. Over a month, that's like £20. Weekly, that's like about £4 after tax. That's like a pint of beer. And it's like, they're like superheroes. It's like Batman saved your life, the life of your unborn child, and you're like, what can I do for you, Batman? He went, just get me a pint. He went, bit greedy.
well, the amount of times they changed my bedpan, darling, when I was having my hip operation, you know, I would pay them the 250 quid myself.
You had a hip hop.
I did, darling.
You just got one new one.
Yes, just one.
Do you find you're going around in circles?
You're the first person I've ever seen brag about how many times they went to the toilet while they were in hospital. I mean, the amount of times they changed my bedpan.
I bloody nailed it.
Yeah, I gave that bedpan a bit of a punishment.
I think they should say, instead of the strike, because they can't really strike, because they sort of go, we're going on strike, but, you know, and if something really bad happens, we'll come back. Don't worry, we're not monsters. And that sort of puts them in a really bad position. So I think they should be like, just not going to wash our hands. So, we're not going to tell you what day we're doing it, but there's no wash hand day. They should do like stuff like that, or like, we're just going to kiss it better today.
Good luck with that.
I don't understand why anyone would be it. I've got 2 midwives in my family, and they're constantly shit on them and piss and fluids I don't even know the names of go on them. And you can get the same amount of money delivering for a cardo that you can delivering babies. No stress. The worst you have to deal with in that job is we didn't have any courgettes, so we got you an aubergine.
I just moved to the UK a month ago, and I got my first council tax bill the other day, and I'm pretty certain that the whole country's raise could be covered by that bill, by the amount that I pay, so...
Sorry, I should explain that in the UK we have a National Health Service, so it's all... You could just
That's
go
why
to the
I
doctor.
moved here, and now they're doing this.
Are you poorly? Have you
Well,
come in?
no, but my wife is pregnant with our 3rd kid right now, and I'm worried I'll have to deliver it myself.
Sorry, the moustache was throwing me off. 3 kids. I thought other... I made an assumption and I was... Sorry.
Forgiven.
Yeah, but really, you might want to change that. You're sending out all kinds of weird signals.
I'm glad you're picking them up.
Tom, what do you make of the NHS strike?
Well, I mean, I don't want to rock the boat, but I saw them on the news, and they picked the wrong song for me. They were doing that, what do we want? 1%. When do we want it? Now. It's such a petulant song. Now. You know what I mean? I sound like a 4-year-old who wants some ice cream. You know what I mean? Now.
What should they have gone with?
Well, I don't know. Just raise it when you can. Just do it within a reasonable time frame. I don't know. Now it's too soon.
You can't have millionaires who don't use the health service providing over the health service. It's the same way you have, what's his name? Lord Freud in charge of your welfare reform.
This is the other big story about fair pay. This is Lord Freud. He suggested that some disabled workers could be paid £2 an hour rather than the minimum wage of £6.50. He has since apologised but hasn't resigned yet, although this is going out in a few days, so hopefully.
He's a privately educated Oxford graduate former city banker presiding over the welfare state. You might as well have Clarkson as your foreign minister. Yes. And he's, well, there are some people out there who want to work for £2 an hour. Of course there are. You get in your chariot and go back to your castle. Dick splash.
Dick splash is a term you don't hear enough these days.
You do in my swimming pool.
I've noticed that the debate we're having has got a bit question timey, and because there's nobody from The Only Way is Essex is on, I'd like to put forward their viewpoint in
That'd be
lieu
very
of
good
them
of you.
not being
Well,
here.
thank
So
you.
I'm from The Only Way is Essex, and I just think, oh, why can't we just give them all the money? I just thought I'd add that, because I think we're missing that.
OK, well, let's have a look and see if the NHS strike is up there. Yes, it's the biggest NHS strike for 32 years. Jeremy Hunt claims he's on the side of midwives. You're not fooling anyone, Jeremy. These are midwives. They know a massive when they see one. So those were the most talked about things over the last week. But in other news, the Ebola scare continues. People are worried what to do. The easiest thing to do is to remember the simple phrase, catch it, kill it, bin it, pick it, lick it, roll it, flick it. At the end of that round, Sean, Roisin and Craig have 2 points, Jon, Rob and Tom have 1 point. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Jon, Rob, Tom, pick a question.
The gentleman with the phone.
OK. This week, a survey revealed that a quarter of teenagers are addicted to social media. So we asked our studio audience, are you more honest online than you are face-to-face? What do you think?
I lie on both equally. I'll lie to your face and then online as well. So I'd flip a coin on this one.
Because you're kind of on Twitter, you're quite a legend, right? You've been voted the funniest man on Twitter.
I tweet.
How many followers now?
A little over 1 million.
Pretty good, pretty bloody good. And then you've tweeted some amazing stuff. My favourite tweet of yours?
Let's hear it.
Guns don't kill people. People who say guns don't kill people with guns. Isn't it amazing? During the World Cup, when Germany beat Brazil 7-1, do you remember what you tweeted?
I believe I tweeted, relax, Germany, they're not Poland.
Pretty bloody awesome. Also, this is sort of my favourite thing that's ever been said on the internet. Wi-Fi at my uncle's funeral is a fucking joke.
It was very funny.
If I had 1 million Twitter followers, are you not tempted to just say, could you just all give me a quid?
I've thought about that. Be like, PayPal me a nickel and see what happens, but I'm afraid to. It's like you're not supposed to accept gifts in prison, because then later they come calling. So I don't want it. It's like the free...
You've got to stop saying those things with that moustache.
But you know I know what I'm talking about.
Tom, are you on Twitter?
I got Twitter, yeah. 28 million. 28. 28 people follow me. I do Facebook statuses occasionally, but generally I just don't... you know when people are too honest in statuses? And they're just like... literally this morning I went on and someone was like, oh, I have such a lovely life. I am thankful for the trees and the birds. I'm so lucky to be alive. And I was like, yeah, you're lucky no one's fucking shot you. Putting stuff like that on Facebook. I'm sorry, like, delete, block, report as racist.
Isn't part of the whole point about social media is that actually...
Grandad's getting involved. Hello! We're just talking about online media over here, Sean.
Isn't it the people who like social media, because they don't really like socialising. It's an escape from real socialising. I mean, I lie a little bit online, I say I'm a MILF. That's a little lie. I mean, it's the same age.
Same age.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do a lot. I don't do very much. I did lie once online because I gave Asda's own brand custard, I gave it a 5-star review. Never tasted it. Chaos. I'm wreaking havoc.
Craig, are you online a lot?
I tweet, but only really to advertise things. I don't tweet what I'm having for breakfast and who I'm having sex with.
You say such horrible things to people's faces. What would you say online?
I don't lie to them. I say what I say to them because I want them to improve and be better people.
Paso doble doesn't make you a better person.
But on Twitter, they do that thing where I think young people now, because of social media, they mistake openly being rude for honesty. So they're like, someone tweeted me the other day, me and Rob Beckett were doing it. How are you going to get all those teeth in one room? And I responded, they were like, oh, can't we? It's a joke. And you're like, no, it's just being rude. Yeah. Like, there's a difference between honesty and just being rude. And
I think they're just keeping it real.
Can we talk about toffees or something?
Sorry, Grandad.
Do you know what I was wondering the other day? You know they have chocolatiers. Do they have toffeetiers? Like men who design toffees. Make beautiful chocolates. Would you have this equivalent in the toffee business where you would design wonderful toffees?
I mean, if we're looking at nothing on, or maybe that would be like a side interest that a chocolatier would have, or maybe he'd have a younger, dimmer cousin who did that.
You do the toffees, Bubba.
We only trust you with the toffees.
We'll let Bubba do the toffee.
Bubba doing good toffee.
You know, with chocolates, right? You know, when you have a chocolate, you get very distinctive. You go, oh, I like that chocolate.
What are you talking about?
Don't like that chocolate.
What are you talking about?
With toffees...
We're talking about the internet and you've gone...
There's two...
I only really understand sweets.
I don't understand the internet, so I want to talk about toffee.
I like sweet things.
Don't get it.
OK, well, let's get some answers on this. So, are you more honest online than you are face-to-face? What do you think, John?
We're going face-to-face.
OK, what would you go for, Sean?
We'll go online, then.
OK.
Because I like fun.
OK. You like toffee is what you fucking like. I can tell you 69% of our studio audience say they're more honest face-to-face than they are online. My friend asked me if he was wrong to send messages to himself to appear more popular online. I said no. Go on, tweet yourself. Secretly not even ashamed of that joke. So the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your question. Best thing about being home alone?
Easy.
Go on.
Using the litter tray. You don't have to go upstairs. And then you can just... I don't know. I don't know what you've been feeding that damn cat. You kick it about a bit and you cover it and you just...
Sean, there's a load of toffee wrappers in the cat litter tray.
What do you think? Best thing about being home alone?
When you just get all nice and relaxed and your brain says, don't want to scare you, but do you think we're going to get killed here tonight?
You live with other people, right? Do you ever get the flat to yourself?
Yeah, and I shit myself.
In the cat litter tray?
Whenever I'm on my own in the flat, this is amazing, it's so relaxing, and I think, oh, I wonder where a killer would hide. It just gets exhausting, checking the fridge again and again, and then you think, you know what?
You think the killer might be in the fridge?
I thought this. Yeah, you're all laughing. What about if you took all the trays out, right? And he's very small. He could be in the fridge. I don't want to get killed because I'm not imaginative enough. You've got to think like a killer to catch a killer.
Craig, do you like being home alone?
Well, it's the only opportunity I can walk around the house naked.
You can do that when you've got company, especially if you want to get rid of them.
I've done that sleepwalking. I've walked downstairs completely naked through a party without even realising.
Sure.
But why did you go to bed when there was a party in your house? Why weren't you at your party?
It was about 5 or 6 in the morning, I think.
Oh, I see. That kind of showbiz party, was it? No, presumably you're never home alone. You've got, what, 3 kids and a wife?
But if they are ever out, what I will do is I will take a nap in each family member's bed. I'll just take a 20-minute nap in each because I've bought the fucking thing. I will sleep in each. I want the beds to know that I own them and I purchased them, and my children wake up at 5:30 every morning, and I need to see why can't they sleep in those beds? Do they not work? And they do. So my kids
You're not Goldilocks. What are you doing? Who do you live with, Tom?
I just live with my mate Mike. Good guy. We play an apprentice drinking game where you drink every time someone says, would you let me finish? And you drink if you say anything that doesn't refer to yourself in the third person.
And what, if you lose, do you have to wear the curtains as a sweater?
Exactly.
John, presumably you spent a lot of time on your own over the years.
Well, I don't get to do it much anymore because I cohabit. At the moment, the best thing about being home alone is getting to load the dishwasher in a way that the arm spins around because the big plates haven't been put in the middle, so the thing doesn't rotate, so nothing on the left hand of the dishwasher is clean.
When is she leaving you, John?
When my wife sees this, she's gonna leave me for you.
Well, if you learn to angle the plates, or just accept that the big plates have to be washed, and if you want to clean the skewers, then put them lying flat on the top shelf.
You're turning me on.
The thing is, John, why would anyone ignore that advice? You shouldn't need to say that twice, should you?
Thank you. Amen. I mean, let's be honest, we're all thinking it. I shouldn't have to say it once, because why would you put the big plates on the bottom rack of the dishwasher anyway? I mean, unless you were deliberately trying to piss me off.
Being alone at home, it does give you the opportunity to do things you wouldn't be allowed to do, you know, if your family are in.
Yeah,
It does give you the opportunity. And one of my favourite things, well, I've always wanted to try this out, but I've never been allowed, is to cook a leg of lamb in the tumble dryer. I've always wanted to see if you could do it, you know.
No, they won't let you do that.
She won't.
They've got closed minds, haven't they?
No, I've done a lobster in a foot spa. To be honest, it's the best use for a foot spa.
OK, best thing about being home alone?
I like being able to choose, you know, what to watch on the television as well.
Yes. That is the right answer. Personally, I think the best thing about being home alone is being able to sit around all day in her underwear. Your underwear. My underwear. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are John, Rob and Tom have 2 points. Sean, Roisin and Craig are the winners for 3 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.